Hey everybody, welcome back to Under the Hood, the show that talks about what Orbee's building and why we're building it. Today, I want to talk about an announcement we made just a couple days ago about our integration with Cognition Digital. So I'm just going to plug our website really quick, just updated the homepage if you want to check that out. But if you scroll down, you can read the press release right here. And I brought a tool on so we could kind of overview what's in the press release and tease a webinar we're planning on doing with the Cognition Digital team next month. So, a tool. Why did we integrate with Cognition Digital?
Well, I think one of the fundamental problems that we're seeing across the whole industry is Google Analytics is very ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's what the industry has chosen to use as a means for every party to kind of coexist and compare numbers. But it's really driven by the kind of the decisions that Google has to, because they have a bigger business, right? They've got an ad business. They've got to deal with regulators from a privacy standpoint
Across the world.
And they serve as a third party, right? The system isn't the dealers, the system's Google's. They just get to use it for free. And so unlike that, Orbee's analytics system is the dealer's system. And so we are able to help the dealer uncover more insights from this data. So that means the IP addresses behind the visitors, the journeys, because we've unified the IDs. And that's really the core premise of why we are excited about the relationship with Cognition, because they're driving these new sort of they're driving traffic from these new media sources, right? Amazon advertising. And when you push it into the way that sort of Google has designed Google Analytics, you have this sort of battle of Google trying to generalize it for what they do and what they want, and the Google ads and so forth, and Amazon being able to, or not necessarily being able to add all the same query strings and metadata that GA is used to. So Orbee kind of fills that gap, and we're going to be doing some exciting things. You probably saw in the press release, and we talked to Carson and Vasilis around more query strings coming in from Amazon. So we are able, I'll show you an example and what kind of a preview of what's to come in a webinar we're going to be doing with them, is we're actually able to go down. I mean, if you look at this preview here, this is telling us every single source of traffic down to the IP addresses and so forth, but also what they did on the page, how long, the time they spent. But check this number out. This secret number here is giving the dealership and Cognition and Orbee a way to study down to the creative, the line item, the targeting settings, so that when we uncover what is working and what is not, we can actually optimize the Amazon advertising, which if you don't get a lot of this information, or you have to do all this work to get new query strings, and you're forced using UTM and UT, all of those existing query strings, you got a lot of work to do. I'm not saying you can't do it with a lot of layers on top, but Orbee's just made for automotive, and we've been doing this forever. And so that's why it's great to have partners now be able to join us in a new way to use this reporting data.
Nice. Yeah, I hope these integrations, we've talked about working with different media channels. Like we did a webinar with Pinterest, and now we're going to promote some Amazon ads. I think it's powerful. Not only can you do it, but we can help you analyze and optimize so that it doesn't seem as risky trying out a new ad channel like it was maybe 10 years ago when people were nervous about Facebook.
Risky and too much work, right? So it just goes to show you, you're absolutely right. Once you have a first-party strategy, the reporting capabilities that aren't kind of tied in to Google, all of a sudden you can try all sorts of new channels and uncover your existing customers and prospects in these new places.
Nice. Well, that's what we love to do. So check out the press release on our site, and then linked in this episode, there'll be a place to pre-register for the webinar we're doing with Cognition. So I hope to see you there. And thanks, Atul. Thanks for breaking it down.